This is Mongolian Mindset, and today we're responding to a subscriber who asked us to do Kim Kardashian. I can't remember exactly where you tagged us at in, and I'm sorry about that. But yeah, we're going to do it for you, whoever you are. And we use Linda Barrens Metrics. It's the best in the game. Interaction styles and temperament don't lie. So let's get into this. Our sworn enemy personality database who knows absolutely nothing has Kim Kardashian as an ISTJ. That's very interesting. Okay, ISTJs, I don't know about that, but they got her with 510 votes. ISTJ, and ISTJs have SI in the first spot, TE in the second spot, FI in the third spot, NE in the fourth spot. And if you're up to date and you're following John Beebe's work, you know there's an 8-function model. So in the fifth spot, the opposing personality would be SE. In the sixth spot, the critic would be TI. In the seventh spot, or the trickster, would be FE. And in the eighth spot, demonic or angelic, would be NI. Okay, so that's the breakdown of the ISTJ. And if you need to know, ISTJs have direct, they're responding, they're concrete, they're systematic, they're SINE users, and they are TEFI. So we'll see. We'll see. Is she one? Is she not? Let's get this done. And like we said in the metrics, 54% of our viewers are not subscribed. So if you guys could please subscribe. And we are doing limited typing, free typing by us. All you have to do is join our Facebook group and message our moderator Ron Smith with your availability. He's doing the coordinating now because he's already doing that for the Discord group. So if you could just message him and put it all in one place, and we'll get to you. We're only doing that for a few more weeks now, so hurry up.
Like monochromatic, like when I post pictures of my house, they're either like, wow, this is so minimal and crazy,
or they're like,
or they get it.
Yeah.
But I love it. I just like,
I get it for
I love it. Okay, so that's gonna be TEFI for sure. More on the FI land, but we just put it together. I love it.
When I came in, I felt immediately peaceful.
yeah.
And I realized, like, for your life and as crazy as your life is, you must need this. Like, you must need peace at any way you can get it.
And when I walk in and I see just a calm, peaceful, like workspace, living space.
The people who work here are all color coordinated.
Yeah.
Is that intentional?
Absolutely. I have
Stop.
So
uniforms.
let's go back because that was SE. When I walk in and I see,
Yeah.
And I realized, like, for your life and as crazy as your life is, you must need this. Like, you must need peace at any.
and the reason
any
why
way you
that's
can get it.
SE is because she's describing the environment.
When I walk in and I see just a calm, peaceful, like workspace, living space.
The people who work here are all color coordinated.
Yeah.
Is that intentional?
Absolutely. I have
Stop.
uniforms.
Is there really a uniform? Stop.
Well, it's not like, hey, this is like your uniform. It's just color palettes.
Is this like a handbook though? Is this
I have
like
a handbook.
You
Yeah.
do?
Yeah. Grays, heather gray, black, navy, white, cream, khaki. I mean, we can stick with all neutrals and like not a lot of color blocking. Like my house is so zen. So I asked how everyone felt about it. And everyone actually said that would make our life so easy. And once everyone was on board and thought it would
Talking about making life easier. She asked everybody else. She's worried about other people's feelings. I can say that's FE there.
be easier for them,
You were
I
like,
was
yes.
like, yes, let's do this.
It's so good. It really is a feeling.
I should
It
have
really-
like a free dress day on
Friday.
their birthdays or something.
Yeah.
I should have a free dress day on my birthday. That's interest based. Okay, talking about what she gets out of a situation. That's interest based.
No, you'll hate it because somebody will wear something
I
wild and
know,
it will
I know.
irritate you the whole day. You don't
But
want to
I'll
do
be
it.
prepared mentally.
First of all, Kim, thank you for doing this today.
Of course.
It was such like I was coming to LA. I've shot here before. And it's funny because this podcast, actually, my first episode was with Lauren London and sharing her story and how
I
she's
love
gotten.
her.
Isn't she, have you met her? Have you spent time
Oh
with
yeah,
her?
yeah,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
you know Lauren.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's done a lot of work on herself, and she's managed to get through this type of trauma. And she just opened up this podcast in a way that was so truthful and so honest. that it just like set the tone off for me and the types of conversations I wanted to have. Because after you talk about the realest shit ever, it's very hard to go back to conversations
All right,
about.
so what I'm noticing right now, she's coming off responding. Okay, I'm gonna put an asterisk side of it. I'm not 100%, but she's coming off very responding. Look at her. Look at her energy.
What are you wearing?
Exactly.
What is your staff wearing?
Exactly. Yeah. No, I'm interested in what your staff wears. But you know what I'm saying. Like, I'm so interested in having, like, realer conversations about just our real lives. And what I'm like, most interested in you about is you seem to have navigated, because you have a very complicated life that is so big. It's so big. And everybody has so many opinions about it.
Okay, I'm taking responding. So that means she's introverted. ISTJs are introverted, so that does count. But the responding types are ISTJ, ISTP, INTJ, infj, okay? And then you have the informative types, which are ISFJ, ISFP, INTP, and INFP, okay? So that's what we're looking at. We have eliminated the extroverted types because she's hardcore responding right now. Look at her.
About it. Yeah. And you're constantly the topic of conversation, which brings so much energy to you. Yeah. There's so much energy around you. And I just fascinated how you manage it. Yeah.
You got responding, and she's crazy responding.
Well, and how, and what are the keys? And
I do manage it well. When I'm going through something, I take a minute, and I'm just like, but because so much happens all the time, sometimes I don't have I can't put all my energy into that. If something is happening to me, I will make sure that I deal with that. Whether it's like
if something is happening to me, then I'll make sure I deal with that. I think that would be an outcome. One thing about outcome, people don't really like chaos. So she's talking about that. So I'm gonna put that in the realm of outcome, and I could probably put that. I want to say interest too, but because she highlighted to me.
Situation that I need to just like dig deeper in myself to figure out why this is happening, or situations that have happened and I felt like I needed to go to therapy. I personally don't have a therapist, and I'm not the biggest therapy person, but I'm not opposed to it if I feel like I need it at that moment. Yeah. So I'll take care of myself, and I'll make sure that I take a beat.
I'll take care of myself. It's more interest.
I do manage it well, and I think that I am probably the most calm.
I do manage it well, and I do think I'm the most calm. That's more FI there. Come on, stop bragging about yourself.
Mentally, emotionally.
You have to be.
I just, And I think that, like, if anyone can handle things that have come my way, it's definitely me. Doesn't mean that it's not hard, and doesn't mean that I don't...
If anybody can handle it, then it's definitely me. More FI.
Feel it. Opinions, and when I see a lot of stuff sometimes, that kind of stuff gets to me. And I wish I was a bit stronger at that.
People's opinion get to you, probably sounds like you got TE inferior. TE inferior really care about what people's opinions are. So I'm going to put that down for TE. So we're almost ready to eliminate that she's a TEFI user.
But I do manage it well.
You do manage it. No.
Yeah.
You have to manage it well, because people would quit. People would have breakdowns. The amount of energy that you carry around you all the time, I don't think the average person could withstand in a healthy way.
And I've said that to like family members after like some shit's gone down. I was like, you guys,
some shit's going down, pragmatic. Okay. And she's talking about what other people did, like when shit goes down. So that's SENI as well. So it's looking like she's gonna be a TSINE, pragmatic, interest, outcome. She's probably looking like she's an ISFP.
God, this happened to me, because if this happened to you, you'd be fucked up for the rest of your life.
Damn, like, you coming off pragmatic enough here, buddy.
Truly believe that, and I don't know why.
Truly believe that. That's TEFI. So yeah, she's a TEFI user. So we got 5 points for that. So we're gonna eliminate ISTP, ISFJ, INTP, and INFJ. She can only be ISTJ, INTJ, ISFP, and INFP. Okay. She hasn't really said anything abstract so far, so we can almost eliminate that. She seems to be coming out very concrete, talking about the what is. So we're most likely looking at either ISTJ or ISFP. Okay. But ISTJs are systematic, ISFPs are interest based, and she seems to be talking a lot about her interests here.
And that ability.
And not to mention, ISFPs are SENI users, so they talk about what other people are doing, the environment, that whole type of thing. While ISTJs are SIND users, so they talk about their comfort, their internal sensation, first person perspective, whatnot. So yeah, we'll be able to narrow this down pretty quick. She's like an ISFP.
To take it. I don't know. I really don't know. Sometimes, I mean, I joke with them and I'm like, you guys, I'm like a robot.
Are you
like
a robot?
half
Is
robot,
that what we're going to learn on
because...
IRL today, that Kim Kardashian is a robot? No way.
Because sometimes I'm just like, I don't know why I can handle this.
I saw you were in Miami. You looked amazing, by the way.
Thank you. Just
a little strap thing.
Had to get out.
So cute. You were having
fun.
Had
to be out the house.
And I saw Serena, who I know you're friends with, post some pictures. And so then I went down a rabbit hole and looking at some of the comments.
Like, sometimes you gotta think to yourself, man, would an ISTJ really be fucking posting shit like this? Like, really? Come on, personality database. Really? The STJs are traditional people. Really? Come on.
What I don't do. I don't look at comments. I can't. Like, some people bullshit and they're like, oh my God, I don't
look
pragmatic.
At it. She doesn't give a damn. She's not asking for permission. Is it okay to curse here or anything? She's just letting it rip.
Like, I actually don't.
Yeah.
And then if I do, that's the time where I'll like spiral for a minute and then I'll just say like, I actually can't. Like,
it's too much.
Yeah.
But what I think it is, part of it is, because I'm like, everybody's so mean. Like, what is that? There's like a thing about you that people don't think you're like human. It's like because your brand, your family, it's like you've become this like thing. And there's no understanding that like, it's like a woman.
Look, she ain't even said that yet. Look how responding she is. It's crazy.
She's a woman at the other end of that energy.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you say to that to people, or do you even give it any energy in your life, or do you?
That I actually don't, and I actually don't care.
Really?
That kind of stuff, I genuinely. I mean, I think it's like fascinating that there is a lot of negative hate and energy towards my family because we all really like mind our own business. We're all
talking about what we're doing. We're all minding our own business. SENI.
Just obsessed with each other and just we're like a super super close family. So I don't know where that energy came from or where that started from.
You've never really tried to like assess it or
like
be like
decode
what is it or what? Yes.
No, but
never.
Yet we definitely are held responsible for a lot of things that even aren't even us.
Yeah.
We take that burden on.
You especially.
I mean, I think Chloe.
What we do, we take that burden on SENI.
I think, I think a lot of us, my mom.
Yeah. That's true. I think you a lot. I think you a lot because of Kanye. I feel like all that energy comes to you. Do you feel like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I used to really feel that way, and I mean, I feel like I've felt a little bit of separation since I filed for divorce like 2 years ago. So I started to slowly feel that separation. But.
And if you notice, she's not talking about how things move from like a situation to the next. She's just talking about outcomes here. So if she's responding outcome, then that means she's either ISFJ, ISFP, INTP, INFP. But we've already eliminated ISFJ, INTP. And she's not abstract. She's concrete. She's very concrete. And she's pragmatic. ISTJs are not pragmatic. They're affiliative. They talk about doing what's right. If they do something, they will ask for permission. As in, she's not really doing that. She doesn't really care to ask for permission.
No, I think that will always follow me.
I think you're so gracious about it.
Very concrete.
I think you.
Thank you.
even when you were attacked, or maybe I don't know if attacked or if you've ever felt attacked or maybe accused of things. You haven't?
All the time.
Yeah, all the time. Just recently, actually, again.
All the time.
All the time. You know? Is it a conscious thing to not talk about it, or to I don't know, I feel like, and this could just be my assumption, is that you protect your kids.
I definitely protected him, and I still will, in the eyes of my kids, for my kids. So in my home, my kids don't know anything that goes on the outside world. And I've managed.
How do you do that?
I've managed to. I'm holding on by a thread. I know I'm like so close to that not happening, but while it's still that way, I will protect that to the end of the earth as long as I can. Like I will. I mean, my kids, they don't know anything.
How?
So
with social, they're in school. They're on socials.
So at school, like some of my best friends are the teachers. So I know what goes on at recess. I know what goes on.
Control outcome. Control outcome. All my friends are here. Control outcome. Oh my God. Yeah. Control outcome.
On at lunchtime, I hear what's being
controlling the shit out of everything.
Talked about. None of the kids have ever said anything to my kids.
None of the kids have said anything what other people are doing. SENI is done. So based off that, she's an ISFP. Okay. So we're done here. Kim Kardashian is an ISFP. What we noticed very early on was she's a TFI user. She's responding, which means she stays on topic. She doesn't really change the subject. She doesn't interrupt people. So she's hardcore responding. And then we noticed she was a TFI user. So when we noticed she was responding, that eliminated 8 types. That eliminated the extroverted types. Then when we found out she's TFI, that eliminates 4 other types. Okay, so then we were down to 4. And that was ISTJ, ISFP, INTJ, and INFP. And INTJs and INFPs are abstract. And she was primarily concrete. Not to mention she's pragmatic, SENI. The only SENI user of the two are INTJ and ISFP. INFPs and ISTJs are SI users. So that automatically eliminated those. So that left it down to ISFP, INTJ, and she's not progression. She's talking about outcomes. She's informative. So that pretty much eliminated that. Yeah, Kim Kardashian's ISFP. Personality database got that clearly wrong. ISTJ, I don't know if I don't know if you'd see an ISTJ like doing the stuff that she does, but let's not put stereotypes on types. But yeah, so let's go over that again. ISFPs are TFI users. Okay, so they talk about achievements, how they feel they love or whatnot, and they'll express that in their language. SENI users. Okay. SE is about what other people are doing. NI is all about what you want to do. They'll talk about like, I want this, do that, my way or the direction or whatnot. They basically understand their future. Pragmatic, which means that she is going to ask for forgiveness over that, and she's going to care about being effective, more independent, that type of thing. She's not gonna be like interdependent or caring about inclusions or caring more about the group. It's more about herself when it comes to things, and how to be effective, and she likes freedom to do that. Pragmatic people like freedom. They don't like roles being given to them. I feel that people do like roles being given to them. Okay, she's interest focused, so she talks about what she gets out of a situation, and she always understands what other people are getting out of a situation. They talk about that. So yeah, and she's outcome focused. I mean, she talks about the end product. She doesn't talk about how things move. So her focus is on the end product. So they don't really tell you exactly how things move from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next. It's just like boom. So then they don't really care about the process of things. You know, they just want the outcome. And she's concrete. She talked about the what is. There was absolutely no abstraction, maybe one the whole time. So yeah, Kim Kardashian's ISFP, and this is Mongolian Mindset, and we're out.